Have you ever felt invisible? Like you're just part of the background scenery in everyone else's life? That was Clara's story. She wasn't just invisible. Sometimes she felt like a ghost in her own home, a whisper in the crowded school hallways. Her family, with their well-meaning but sharp words, often compared her to her cousins, who seemed to effortlessly shine. "Why can't you be more like them, Clara?" they'd say, each word a tiny paper cut on her heart. Her friends weren't much different. They'd laugh and joke, but their compliments always had a sting. "Oh, Clara, you have such a pretty face. If only you'd do something with your hair." Or, "That outfit is comfortable." They'd plan get-togethers and forget to invite her, their apologies feeling as hollow as the space she was supposed to fill. She'd see their smiling photos online, a pang of sorrow echoing in her chest. She was the reliable, quiet friend, the one everyone took for granted, the one who was always there but never truly seen. And then there was Liam. Liam wasn't just the most popular boy in school. He was like a character from a movie. He had that easy smile, that confident way he walked, the captain of the soccer team, the one every girl whispered about. For Clara, he was a distant star, beautiful and completely out of reach. She'd watch him from afar, her heart doing a little flip every time he laughed, a secret crush she'd never dare to speak aloud. It was a foolish, silent kind of love, the kind you keep locked away because you know the world would laugh if it ever got out. She felt a profound sadness knowing he probably didn't even know her name. One Friday afternoon, the weight of it all became too much. Her friends had ditched her for a last-minute mall trip, and a comment from her aunt about her plainness was still ringing in her ears. Clara looked at her reflection, and for the first time, she didn't just see the girl everyone else saw. She saw a flicker of defiance, a spark. She was tired of the sorrow, tired of being a footnote in her own life. That evening, she decided something had to change. But it wasn't about changing for Liam or her family or her friends. It was about changing for herself. She spent the entire weekend on a mission. It started small. She watched tutorials, learning how to style her long, overlooked hair into soft waves that framed her face. She pulled out old clothes from the back of her closet, pieces she'd bought because she loved them but was too shy to wear. She paired a vintage floral dress with a denim jacket she'd forgotten she owned. She practiced her makeup not to hide, but to highlight, a touch of mascara to make her large, expressive eyes pop, a hint of color on her lips. It was like she was an artist, and her own reflection was the canvas. With each small change, she felt a layer of invisibility shedding away. When Monday morning arrived, Clara felt a nervous flutter in her stomach. Walking into school felt different. It wasn't a grand, movie-style entrance. It was subtle. A few heads turned. People who used to look through her now looked at her. Her friends were the first to notice, their jaws practically hitting the floor. "Clara, wow, you look amazing!" Their surprise was mixed with a hint of something else, something she couldn't quite name. Was it envy? Or was it regret? As she walked to her locker, she felt a newfound confidence. She stood a little taller, her smile a little brighter. And that's when it happened. Liam was leaning against the lockers nearby, talking to his friends. As she passed, their eyes met. It was only for a second, but it was a real second. He didn't just glance. He looked. And for the first time, Clara didn't immediately look away, flustered and embarrassed. She held his gaze and gave a small, tentative smile. Liam was taken aback. He'd seen this girl before, he was sure of it, but he couldn't place her. There was something familiar in her eyes, but the confidence, the light that seemed to radiate from her, was entirely new. He found himself thinking about that smile all through first period. He started noticing her more. He saw her laughing with a new group of friends in the library, people who seemed to genuinely enjoy her company. He saw her answering a question in class with a clarity and intelligence that impressed him. This wasn't just a physical change. She was glowing from the inside out. The next day, he made his move. He saw her at her locker and walked over, his heart doing its own unexpected flip. "Hey," he said, his voice smoother than he felt. "You're Clara, right?" She looked up, surprised. "Yes," she said, her voice steady. "And you're Liam." He grinned. "I know this is random, but I was wondering, would you maybe want to grab a coffee sometime?" Clara's heart soared. The silent, one-sided love she had nurtured for so long was suddenly speaking back to her. "I'd like that," she replied, her smile genuine and bright. As they started talking, Liam discovered the person who had been there all along. He found out about her love for old books, her witty sense of humor, her passion for art. He was captivated not by her new look, but by the amazing person the look had helped reveal. He fell in love with her mind, her kindness, her spirit. Her old friends watched from the sidelines, a mix of awe and regret on their faces. They tried to slide back into her life, saying, "We always knew you had it in you, Clara." But she saw their words for what they were, an attempt to claim a piece of her newfound light. She was polite, but distant. She had found friends who loved her for who she was, before and after her change. Her family, too, saw her differently. Their comments shifted from criticism to praise, but Clara knew her worth was never tied to their approval. The only approval that mattered was her own. The regret wasn't just on their side. A small part of Clara regretted all the time she had spent trying to be invisible, trying to please everyone else, but she learned that sorrow can be a powerful motivator. It pushed her to find the strength she never knew she had. Her story wasn't about a makeover winning a boy's heart. It was about a girl who decided to love herself first. And in doing so, she taught the world, and the boy she'd always dreamed of, how to love her too. She found her own light, and it was so bright that nobody could ever overlook her again. Thank you so much for watching Clara's journey with us. If her story resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more content. We'll see you in the next one.